Guys, today we're going to do long division with the standard algorithm. We're going to do a 1-digit divisor divided by a 3-digit dividend. Our number is going to be 473 divided by 5. And we're looking to solve for that, so we're going to place a question mark for what we're going to solve for. The first number is always the dividend, and he's first. The next number is the divisor, and he's second in line. We also call him the wizard because his job is to take 473 and make it into 5 equal shares, or as close to equal shares as possible. And we want to get the lowest remainder possible. The question mark stands for the quotient. The quotient is the division answer. Those are some important terms that we need to know for us to be able to understand all the steps we're about to talk about. I'm going to erase these, and we're going to go back to our question. 473 divided by 5 equals question mark. Now, the first thing that we have to do, now that we understand all the terminology, is we have to write our checklist. Does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? Really? Really? Now that we have our checklist, we're going to set up our problem. Since 473 is the first number and it got there first, he gets the house. 473. Poor little 5 is left outside because he wasn't there first. Then we make a roof because the roof is going to be where we write our quotient. Now that we have the setup, we look at the divisor and we're going to make the multiples of the divisor. This is going to help us to solve our problem. So I start with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. These are all multiples of 5. What they tell me is, since 5 is listed first, 5 times 1, because he's first, equals 5. 5 times, this is listed second, so 5 times 2 equals 10. This is listed third, so 5 times 3 equals 15, and so on. Now I'm going to go back to my problem and start solving. When I look at the solving, I'm going to start at my checklist, and it's division. To start dividing, I place my hand over all the digits except for the 4, and I ask myself one very important question. How many times will 5 go into 4? That's your important question. 5 is larger than the number 4, so 5 cannot fit into 4. Because 5 times 1 is 5, that's too big. 5 times 0 is 0, it won't work. So I place a 0 up above the 4 in my roof. I move my hand over one place value so that you can see the number 47, and then I ask the same question again. How many times will 5 go into 47? Now I'm going to use over here my multiples, and I go all the way down, and I look. 45 is close to 47. 50 is too large. So how many times is 45? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9. So I go back to my problem, and I write a 9 up above because 5 will go into 47 9 times. And I put a check by my division. Next, I'm going to multiply. 5 times 9 equals 45. Put a check by multiplication. The next step tells me to subtract. I'm going to subtract 47 from 45. 7 minus 5 is 2. 4 minus 4 is 0. I subtracted. Now I need to check. What things do I check? I check all the work I've done. I need to check, did my division work? Did my multiplication work correctly? Did my subtraction come out correctly? So I start with, does 5 go into 47 really 9 times? And I'll look at my multiples to make sure that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, that's correct. Is 5 times 9 45? Yes. Is 47 minus 45 2? Yes. So I put a check mark by my check. The next B stands for bring down. I'm going to bring down my 3. Put a check mark. I have my first R, and my first R stands for repeat. So I start to repeat. I'm going to circle the number, or bracket it, or box it, the number I'm going to repeat. I go back to the top and I ask myself the same question. How many times will 5 go into 23? I look at my multiples. 25 is too big, must be 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes in 4 times. So I put a check by the division. Then I multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. Put a check mark. Next, I must subtract. 23 minus 20. 3 minus 0 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. I subtracted. Then I check my work. Does 5 go into 23 4 times? Yes. Is 5 times 4 20? Yes. Is 23 by minus 23? Yes. So I've checked. Then I go to the bring down, but there's nothing else to bring down, so I put an X because it's finished. Then I go to the repeat. Well, if I can't bring anything else down, I can't repeat it. The only thing I have left is the other R, which stands for remainder. I circle the R, and I circle the remainder. My question is complete, but I'm not quite done because I have to write what the quotient equals. Q equals, what's in the roof is my answer, and I don't have to write the 0. So I'll write Q equals 94 R3. Box my answer, and that's how we do single digit by triple digit long division. Good luck!